So what type of music are you into? That's for you. Today we're going to be talking about that massive talk sign, a phrase that I changed actually months ago, well, before the he's a 10 but trend, which this would be a good one for me to apply. The people that genuinely know music, I feel like are some of the least interesting people in the world, or just have absolutely nothing to them. And I wish that I could just have an hors d'oeuvre just print directly out of my head-ock the second that someone says that, and I can just hand it to them. It's like, yes, I never need to speak to you again. So I wanted to make a word for people that are not into music in any capacity, even if they're into country music, which I despise. They can get a pass for that. At least they're into something. If it's nothing, I want to call them me&unos. And a me&uno is pretty easy to put those together because it's the start of music, and then no is how it's pronounced. However, with spelling, we wanted to spell this shit out as clearly as possible. Me and you know. That's what we got. Of course, the and is mostly silent in there, but just because also the sound of you, like mew, is a very hard one or awkward one to construct with vowels anyway, I decided to do it with this structure of E and U, which actually doesn't seem that far off, especially with just the E and the U. And I would also like the capitalization to be structured like this to kind of separate the words, make it clear that me and you, it's no, dog, because you're not into any music. You are just probably so insanely uninteresting that I do not want to just interact with you whatsoever moving forward. And that's what we have for a word creation. Let's move on to our song and video of the day. Song of the day is an epic song that I think really rules, but I only have one song by Willow Smith, and it is Wait a Minute. I feel like there's just awesome drama throughout this song, as well as she has some really cool inflections in her voice as she goes through all this. Lyrically, it's somewhat cryptic and vague, but very cool and interesting, and I enjoyed this song a lot. I know I'm not alone. This is probably her most popular song. It's huge, but really like this one. Give it a listen. Then for the video of the day, it's something that gives me cringe Jesus vibes. However, it's not involved with Jesus, so it's really just heavy cringe. It's this dude who's at least dressed like a doctor delivering the ligma balls lines for 2.5 straight minutes. He just never stops and is dabbing at the end of everyone. It is just so over the top and ridiculous as it goes on. You're like, oh my, he is just going through this over and over and over. It's hard to believe watching this, and he's a pretty old dude, and it's so stupid, but it does get pretty funny just as it goes because of how ridiculous it is. And that's what we got for the Daily Dope Peso.